Hello and welcome back to 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors with Ergo Corvus. It's been a while. we're in the casino. That's fun. I don't remember exactly how we got here, but I'm sure it'll all come back to me as we get back into the swing of things. So let's see what's going on in the casino. Hell yeah. We got slot machines, we got some of these. Alright. I mean, let's just start clicking on things, I guess. Let's gamble, let's go. Slot machine looks kind of boring, though. Has a pretty old-fashioned design. It looks well maintained and probably still works. The coin slot. Thanks. Hey. What about these? So I've got the symbols for, for heart, spade, and diamond here. It says 1 on the plate. It's a drawer they use to pick up money. It's locked tight. I can't get it open. Okay. So this one is 2. Okay, so wait, heart, spade, and diamond. Oh, are they all heart, spade, and diamond? Yeah, okay. I thought maybe they'll be something. What's this way? Damn it. This isn't exactly working out the way I expected. It's locked, isn't it? Is there a keyhole? If there is, I can't find it. Well, there must be some way to unlock it. Let's look around a little more, shall we? 9. Hey, that's the number. 9. It says 9. Yeah, it looks like that cover's hiding something. If this is the cover, then maybe it opens up. Probably does. Okay, there's an ace. It seems the card is attached to the panel. And attached very well, it seems. Hi, Gracie, thank you for subscribing. 40 months. Keyhole, what is this, Kingdom Hearts? Yes. We still need to... We should play Kingdom Hearts 3, since I got it for you for Christmas. We should play it just to find out what happens. If you don't mind, what sort of card is this? It's a playing card. The Ace of Spades, in fact. Alright. Looks like a card's supposed to fit in here. Yeah, it looks like 1 card per slot. Grezzy, first time Twitch actually randomly brought me to a channel I wanted to find. Yay! Yeah, don't you just love how you open the app and it just randomly goes to a channel, like, before you can do anything? Imagine if you just opened YouTube and it just immediately started playing a video. That would be so great. And congrats on getting first. Looks like 1 card per slot. Cards, huh? You know, I've been playing a lot of Balatro. I actually haven't. I should play Balatro at some point. It looks like fun. It says lock. Great. Good to know. Lamp? The lights shine with a bright yellow glow. There's a thick stone gate here. Alright. Let's look at our map real quick. Yeah, okay. We got slot machine hallway, a table area. Can I look at, okay, whatever, this is all our notes and stuff. Tutorial messages. We got our calculator, hell yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, we have the story flowchart. Because, right, okay, we had gotten one of the endings before. Yeah, knife ending. Bad end, knife. I like how it specifies, in case you couldn't tell, it's a bad end. Oops, I didn't mean to close the whole thing. But then we were starting a new game, and so I immediately chose a different decision right at the start. It looks like it'll hook back up with the path, and then we'll split up again. Knife ending. Yeah, it was a hell of an ending. Got some, like, stained glass. How beautiful. Wait, what? You can't see it. Huh? Stained glass is colored pieces of glass, placed together in a frame. Yeah, thank you for explaining what it is. As I've said many times before, I need only touch it to know. I can at least discern the basic structure. Okay. You were just saying, oh, did someone get knifed? Yeah, we got knifed. I think basically everybody got knifed. I think everyone got knifed. Oh, a card. Yay! Search the card. The 3 of spades. Great. What about the back? No. Wow, this place is like super amazing. Okay, Junpei. What's this place for? What? Why do you think it's super amazing if you don't even know what it's for? Probably for playing Baccarat. It looks a little off, though. Yeah, look at the middle of the table. There's something mounted on it, see? I also don't remember what any of the voices I was doing for any of these characters were. Because it's been... I saw my last stream of this was in August last year. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go along. Come up with new voices. Okay, what's that? Suddenly, Seven began to speak. Okay. We're going...
Baccarat. You ever played Junpei?
I feel like this guy's a voice actor in the Yakuza games. Well, in the English dubs. Oh, Junpei shook his head. He'd barely even heard of the game.
No, never.
Alright then, how about I explain the rules to you a bit? See, Baccarat is kind of an unusual game. You've got the banker and the player. The whole point is that you guess which one's gonna win.
Also, let me just make sure. Everything's working right? I think so. Okay.
And whether the banker or the player wins, it all depends on their hands. The way each hand works is different from other games too.
Okay.
See, you take the number from the ones place after you add up the value of all your cards. Whoever gets the number closest to 9 wins.
Oh yeah,
If you're
okay.
smaller than your opponents, you lose.
I played the Japanese version of this in the Yakuza games. What's it called? Like, Koi... Koi? No, wait, that's a different game, isn't it? Yeah, I forget what it's called in Japanese. Which also, yeah, your goal is to get 9. Of course.
That's it. That's the explanation. Got it? Well, actually, there's a lot more to it. Strategy, details, that sort of stuff. But what I just told you sums up the core of the game pretty well. The single digit of the sum of all the cards you have. The strongest hand is a 9, and the weakest hand is a 0. You just ignore the number in the 10 spot. Do you get it?
Yeah.
He hadn't been asked for it, but Seven's explanation, rushed though it had been, was helpful.
Well, maybe half of it. Enough. I got a chance at winning the game if I played now.
However, we have no way of knowing if the puzzle in the Baccarat table makes use of those rules, and if it does, in what manner.
Then I guess we try everything.
Feeling more confident, if only slightly, Junpei approached the Baccarat table. Thanks, narrator. 8. Okay, I bet we have to, like, get a 9. Like, we have to assemble a hand that would be a 9. Maybe, I don't know, or, well, whatever. I don't know. Hey, 7, are we really supposed to play Baccarat? It's a Baccarat table. What the hell else would we do? Stop worrying about it. It's real simple. What's the opponent's hand? Well, there's an 8 in the glass case. Alright, then that's your opponent's number. If that's the case, what 3 cards do we need to get that number? 3 cards? There are a couple of indentations with white lines around them, right? Those mean we gotta put down 3 cards. So, place 3 cards here and defeat the opponent's 8. So we have to get a 9. That's what I've got to do, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Something tells me those aren't the only rules. Alright, let's give it a shot. I mean, all I have is a 3. Before I start, I better make sure I've got the rules. No, I think we got the rules. We got the rules. There are 3 empty indentations. Make a card and play it. I figure if I put them in the right spot, something ought to happen. Alright, let's give this a try. I don't think it technically matters which spots we would be putting stuff in. Oh, okay. Are we dragging them? Wait, huh? Okay. I mean, we don't have 3 cards, so we can't do this right now. Okay. Baccarat table, glass case, yay. How about the tables? There are 4 chairs surrounding the square table. That square table. It looks like a mahjong table. Do you play Mahjong 7? Maybe? I don't remember exactly. Alright, he has amnesia. I do remember a couple hands and some of the rules, so I figure I must have played it at some point. Excellent. Once we've vacated this vessel, I should like to play a game with you. Can you, play? So long as you tell me which tiles I am eliminating, yes. I believe I have at least enough skill to defeat an amateur. However, I must ask you to remove the red tiles when we play. Okay. I guess because he's blind. He wouldn't be able to tell which ones are red. Those are some strange-looking chandeliers. They look kind of like the UFOs from that movie, Michelle's Farm Tools. Yeah, I remember Michelle's Farm Tools, that UFO movie. Right. What the hell kind of movie is that? That's the end of the discussion? Hold on, can I learn more about Michelle's Farm Tools? A number of luxurious chandeliers hang from the ceiling. Dang, we don't get to learn about Michelle's Farm Tools. Hold on, what about this red jar? I guess it's not important. Oh, card. There's something on the counter. Looks like a card. A playing card. Yeah, it sure is. 7 of spades. Well, will you look at that? Someone left a bottle of booze here. Don't mind if I do. Ah. Oh, that hits the spot. Feels like my throat's burning. Damn, he really drank it. We don't even know how long it's been there. The counter's pretty well polished. That's a lot of expensive glasses. Even cheap drinks would taste great out of glasses like these. A playing card. In a casino? 4 of spades. There's a whole lot of glasses on that shelf. Doesn't look like there's anything else back there, though. Okay. What about that one? Oh, it's the same. Okay. This all... Okay. There's a card here. Card 5. 5 of spades. Standard run-of-the-mill chairs. There's nothing on the table anymore. Do you like how they have the, I assume, are those supposed to be just ashtrays? Back in the days when just everyone smoked. There's firewood in the fireplace. Okay. That feels like, can we... Well, at least this one isn't lit, like the one in the first class cabin. Maybe that's why it feels a little chilly in here. Like, I feel like there's stuff under there. Maybe that's like just coal or something. Like, you don't want to investigate that? Okay. There's a weird looking thing floating in there. Yeah, it's true. Junpei, I can feel a frame here. What sort of painting is it? Clouds, maybe? What do you mean, Junpei? There's nothing on it. What are you talking about? Clouds. Well, maybe it's a rabbit. He's being snarky. A rabbit? Well, if it's not that, it might be a close-up of some teeth. Huh? Oh, I guess there's actually nothing there. Just a blank piece of canvas and a frame. I see. How strange. Also, is it... I mean, it looks more like it's a transparent piece of glass, not like a canvas. Because you can see the wall behind it. Yeah, they keep calling it a canvas. That's strange. Is it not supposed to look like that? There's something on top of the fireplace. Oh, card 6. I almost didn't even see it. I was just clicking on things. Okay. Okay. We've mostly looked everywhere. Let's give this a try. Okay. Yeah. 3. I gotta pick a card and play it. So I need things that add up to a number that ends with 9. So I mean, if I just try some things. What's that? Oh. I did it. That was easy. Alright, if I just put down these 3 cards. Yes, open for me. Great. You did it, Junpei. You think it's telling us to take the 8 card? Come on, let's grab it. Let's grab it. 8 of spades. Alright. Do we need it over here? Is that what's going on? Well, there's an ace. Ace of spades is stuck. Need to put a playing card. Okay. I mean, probably the 8. Yeah. Okay. Oh. And in you go. Hey. Alright, it opened up. It seems we have another device to contend with, yes. There are 3 slots in this one. Let's see, 3 slots for cards. There's a 9 right below them. So that probably means we gotta make 9 with the 3 cards we put in the slots. Just like what we did over at the Baccarat table. Alright, let's give it a shot. I only have 2 cards. Oh, we need the 2. Don't you think maybe we don't have enough cards? Yeah, probably. That means there's gotta be some more lying around here somewhere. Alright, let's do some more scavenger hunting. Oh, what's up with these? Yeah, you know, I just thought about that. Like, what about the slot machine? Do these have a... Slot machine looks pretty old-fashioned. The stand... So we don't have... Maybe we need to find a coin. Like, this has to be something, right? I'm sure the slot machines must be relevant. Yeah, okay. But we can't do anything with them. Oh, and these things. Okay, hold on. Let's look very closely for any more cards. Hold on, can I pick up the cards that I put here? We're gonna try and take those cards back? It ain't gonna work. Just give it up. Those cards are stuck in there pretty damn good. They aren't going anywhere. I figure when we disable the lock, it locked those cards in. Huh. Guess we won't be using those cards for any more puzzles then. Great. Well, thank you for letting me know. I need more cards. This chair goes to the poker table. It feels really soft. Well, that's nice. This door is shut tight. That's the way we came in, I assume. Well, at any rate, this gate is very impressive. It feels like granite. It seems to be elaborately decorated in several places. A shame I cannot see it. How sad. It's really nice looking fireplace. Is there something else going on at the bar that we missed? Bottle of wine. One more sip. I don't think so. I'm cutting you off, pal. Whimper. Hello, Ghoul. Welcome. Let's see. Let's look at the map real quick. Yeah, there's nowhere else really But I'm missing a card. The chandeliers hang, chandelier-like, from the ceiling. That hat makes you look like you've got candle ears. What? No, take that back. You're a chandelier. Junpei, why do you talk to yourself so frequently? I don't know. Hold on, that has like a... There's like a 1 on that. Is that relevant? I'm not seeing anything else I can interact with. I don't have any other items, right? I just have cards. Yeah. Combine. Cards! Hello, intruder. Welcome. Can't turn these lights on. How would I do that? This is not a screensaver. Yeah, sorry, I'm branching out. It would be funny. Should I stream another? I was thinking about what if I streamed that old, the like maze screensaver. I should just stream that for like an hour. Okay, wait, okay, so that one, let's check all of them. Usually, the way these things work is that if the reels match, a whole bunch of coins come out. Exchanging those coins for prizes is the best part, though. A prize, eh? I wonder what might happen if we were to match all the reels. I imagine the prize would be the tools that would lead to our escape. Yeah, I hope so. There's like the lever over here, right? There's like the little buttons here. But I don't have a coin to like play it with. What about this one? It's the drawer. It's locked tight. Okay. Yeah, can't interact with anything on here. I feel like that must be where our last card is. It's probably in the slot machine. I'm looking like these little cup things. No. Again, also this red jar, it just stands out so much. I'm like, let me click on it. Glasses on the shelf. There's like a sink. I guess that's not important. The red jar is not important. Can't look at that, that's not important. Am I missing? I feel like I'm just missing something. I can't move the firewood. Oh! Okay. Alright. Wait, when those two lights turned on, I heard something from the bottom of the fireplace. What was that? I heard something down there. Okay. It's a bag. Casino coin, let's go! There are a whole bunch of coins stuffed into this velour bag. What a fancy word. Look at all these coins. Perhaps these coins will allow us to convince the machines to move. We're gonna bribe them. Also, wait, okay, what was the pattern again that these, Club Diamond Heart? I feel like that'll be relevant. Alright, let's put a coin from that bag in here. What happened? I heard an odd noise. Well, to be honest, I don't know. I pressed some of the buttons and smacked the machine once or twice, but nothing happened. Oh. Looks like the coin got stuck. Oh dear. Okay. The coins are stuck in there. Okay, I guess try a different machine? Come on, you little bastards. I only need one of you. Okay. Club? Oh, spin. I mean, club, diamond, heart. Okay. Yay! Yes, 777. Hey, and we have 7 with us. And I think I hear something unlocking in there. Impressive, Junpei. It would appear to be unlocked now. There is something akin to a drawer in the bottom part of the machine, yes? That is a pickup drawer for dividend. What a strange way to say that, Snake. Probably the lock for the drawer got unlocked. Again, please open. You could have just started with that. You could have just been like, open the drawer, buddy. Card. What is it? Is there something in there? Yeah, a playing card. And this, a key with the Venus symbol on it. Excellent, Junpei. Now we will be able to open the gate. Then we just need to figure out how to get out of this room. Correct. Come on, Junpei, hurry up. Andy's off. There was a playing card and a Venus key. Better put the key in my pocket for later. As for the card, I will also put it in my pocket for later. Well, can I play this one? It's the coin slot. Wait. Oh, the coin bag is gone. Dang. It's no longer relevant. What if I just want to play more slots? 2, 3, 4 equals 9. Alright, so I put all the cards we had left into the slots. What happens now? Is that... Yes, I did hear something from the exit. Excellent work, Junpei. Wonderful. It seems the exit is unlocked. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Bye, casino. You found it. I always enjoy that. It's such a strange way to phrase it. Junpei and his companions ran out of the casino and into a large open room. Oh yeah, am I gonna try doing the novel screen more?
This way.
I guess so. I'll try doing the novel screen more. Because previously I'd been playing a lot with the visual novel type of screen. But we do miss out on stuff like in... There's no narration in the visual novel mode, it's just the dialogue. So... Yeah, Junpei and his companions ran out of the casino and into a large open room. A room, in fact, that they had been in once before. There was little to surprise them there. They already knew what their next step had to be. The iron gate still stood in place, locked tight.
The keyhole with the Venus symbol.
Yeah.
The Venus key should work here.
Wasting no time, he pulled it out, shoved it into the keyhole. He turned it. With the distinctive sound of metal on metal, he felt the lock click open.
It sounds like it did. All right, let's get this thing open.
No problem. Let me help with this one.
Junpei grabbed the handle on the left side, and Seven took the handle on the right. On Junpei's signal, they both pushed, and the gate creaked open.
It sounds as though you have opened it. We should be able to reach C deck now, I imagine.
Snake, are you gonna be all right? I mean, the stairs.
Please, do not do yourself the embarrassment of underestimating me. I would be unlikely to trip even if I were running backwards.
Good to hear. Let's move.
At Seven's words, they leapt onto the stairs and jogged quickly down them. In no time at all, they found themselves on C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
I can see the deck.
We should check the next deck down, just in case.
When he reached the water, he called back up to Snake and Seven.
Just what I thought. D-deck is completely underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
The surface of the water below them was flat, like a mirror.
I'm just glad the water level hasn't changed much.
Back to the C deck then.
Now, how about we check out what's here?
They began searching around and taking stock of what was on C deck.
There are 2 elevators over there, which means it's probably the same upstairs.
There's a card reader between them. And another weird mark.
Hey, check it out. It's the symbol for Lotus.
What?
See? It's got the woman symbol, and then it's got the devil horns, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I see it. No 2 ways about it. That was a pretty good one, kid.
7 tousled Junpei's hair in what he likely thought to be a friendly manner. Junpei feared his neck might break, even though it was clear 7 had kept his strength in check.
Oh, whoa, would you watch it, man? Whew, that hurts. You're gonna break my neck.
What are you talking about? The human body ain't that weak. Maybe this'll toughen you up, huh?
If we were looking for a devil, we've got one right here.
Thankfully, Snake interrupted. After Junpei's observation, he'd gone over to examine the card reader.
This is a Mercury symbol. The marks you mistook for horns are a stylized version of the wings and staff of Hermes.
Wings and a staff. Huh. So then, she beats you with the staff until you die and go to heaven. Sounds like Lotus, all right.
Man, he really enjoyed that. 7 shook Junpei's head even more vigorously, and the younger man began to feel as though his brain was being jostled about inside of his skull. Oh no, we're getting another ending. We're getting noogied to death.
7, oh, that's too much. Oh, my head.
Junpei's stomach began churning uncomfortably.
Oh, I think I'm gonna puke.
Unless we can activate this device, I doubt the elevator will function.
In other words, we gotta find a key card with a Mercury symbol on it.
So I would assume.
Let's forget the elevators for right now. How about that hallway to the left?
Whoa, there's a bunch of doors.
Yeah, it's way more than 9 doors. I was promised only 9 doors. There were a great many doors lining both sides of the hallway. They seemed to stretch on forever, and all 3 men suddenly felt very small.
Ah, shit. We're not gonna have enough time to check all these, are we?
Maybe we can come back here later. We should check out the other side. Let's head back.
To the right of the stairs, another hallway stretched out, reaching deep into the bowels of the ship.
To the right this time.
Right up to the colon of the ship. After a few moments of moving briskly down the hallway, they emerged into an area roughly the same size and shape as the one at the top of the stairs. On the left side of the room were 4 French doors. Is that what you call just double doors?
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them up, starting with the closest one there.
Okay, I'm on it.
This is the, like, hospital bed room, right? Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
Huh, it isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Thrilled to have found another unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
It's a lot of beds. He simply stood, unable to speak. Seven's eyes opened wide, and his mouth gaped. After a few long moments, Seven at last managed to speak.
Hey, what is this place? It's so huge and empty.
A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on Seven and Junpei. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Is this a hospital? The harsh scent in the air is reminiscent of antiseptic solution.
I think so. There are shelves in the center of the room with medicine and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
3 of them were emblazoned with large, single-digit numbers, made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Hey, why is that door between 3 and 7 blank? Does that mean anything?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yeah, good idea.
I mean, the three of them had threaded their way through the beds toward the back of the room. Upon reaching them, they proceeded to investigate each door in turn, but to no avail. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, you know how these work. I mean, I know, okay, from their point of view...
Yep, locked. Just like I thought.
From their point of view, these are only the second set of doors that they found. But look, I've already been through a whole time loop, alright?
Naturally. After all, there are rules to the nonary game, and to allow these doors to open easily would violate those rules. Unless we can authenticate ourselves with the red, the numbered doors will...
Whoa, check this out.
Suddenly, Seven spoke up, interrupting Snake.
Look at the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember the red back at the main staircase? If there wasn't anyone in it, it said vacant on the little screen, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing.
Right? You think it's broken?
Only one way to find out.
No, nothing.
Junpei and the others put their hands on the panel, but nothing happened. The red refused to change. Was that a reference to with the future refused to change? They tried pulling the lever, and still nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red on the door 8 that seemed to be malfunctioning.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
I didn't think all of them would be malfunctioning.
What does it mean?
They've gotta be broken. Man, that bastard. I didn't think Zero was the kind of guy who'd screw around with something like this.
Whoa, Zero's been prepared for everything so far, and you're saying he's gonna make a mistake now?
Yeah, how dare you talk shit about Zero?
Well, that's the only thing I can think of. This thing ain't working at all.
While Junpei and Seven talked, Snake busied himself with examining the red. After a time, he lowered his hands and spoke.
It seems as if some of the internal hardware has been removed.
Huh. Okay, yeah, like, I feel like in the other path, I don't know if we got this information. Yeah, actually, the hardware had been removed.
Internal hardware?
That is what I said. Take a look at the underside of this red, if you please.
The bottom?
Junpei obliged, and bent over to look at the underside of the device.
Huh, there's a thin slot here. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
The other two reds are the same. Something's been removed from all three of them.
I get it. So the reds aren't working because somebody pulled out their guts.
So I assume.
But why? And who? I mean, it really doesn't make sense.
I have no idea. Why on earth would I know something like that?
Wait, what? Wait, does Snake also have amnesia? Just then, they heard the sound of a door opening.
Oh, what now?
The three of them turned and saw... Akane. Oh no, Junpei thought it's...
June!
She stopped short, surprised to see them, and was very nearly bowled over by the rest of her companions, who were coming through the door behind her.
Ace! Santa! Clover! And Lotus!
Guess everyone's here.
Junpei and Seven were, for the moment, at a loss for words.
What are you guys doing?
Why are you...
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through, and how they'd ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some manner of smile. Almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the ninth man. No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The ninth man had died, but they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the ninth man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
And that's what we know.
With that, Junpei finished his own explanation.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
What about that big hallway? Maybe there's somewhere in there we might be able to go.
No, there's nothing there. The 5 of us had a quick look. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
You mean all those doors are for hospital rooms?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
It had one of those solar system mark things on it.
It was the Jupiter symbol.
Jupiter.
I wonder what it means.
Girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Confusion seemed to be the consensus.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
I mean, I don't know. People get sick a lot on cruise ships. Maybe they do need a hospital this big. No one, not even Snake, appeared ready to offer an answer until 7 unexpectedly spoke up.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
The Gigantic?
Junpei looked at 7, shocked both by his knowledge and the apparent identity of their prison. He was not the only one.
What is this Gigantic?
7 nodded to Lotus and began to speak.
The Gigantic.
Right, we got
She
this
was
in
a
the
sister
last...
ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century.
Yeah, we got this in the last run. Which is... I think I remember when I looked this up, this is like partially historically accurate, but not really.
Actually, the Titanic had 2 sister ships, and they looked exactly the same. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine, and she ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lord Gourdane bought her. Seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. That trauma turned him into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself, which was impossible, of course. It's stuck at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. But the Gigantic wasn't. And seeing as she was identical...
So you're saying this Lord Gourdane bought this ship?
Yeah, at least I think I am.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Pipe down, just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured...
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well, I mean...
7 looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed and shook her head.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Then, almost as if to save 7 from further embarrassment, a bell began to ring from far away.
Huh. A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12. 12.
It's midnight.
Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room,
They had been examining the room as they talked.
but we haven't found anything.
Right.
That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well, not just one.
Huh?
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
Well, you already checked some of them out before you came here, right?
We each checked a single room, so 5 rooms in total.
All right then. That's 5 rooms we don't have to search. We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms?
Lotus did not seem excited by the prospect. Seven fidgeted nervously before responding.
Maybe?
After some discussion, the 8 of them decided which rooms to begin with, and in what order they would go. Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft.
Alright, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yes!
They also determined when they would return to report their findings, the next time the clock sounded the time. When it did, they would meet back in the large central room full of beds.
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah, sounds straightforward enough.
If, during their search, any one of them were to locate the missing components, they were to yell for the others.
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
If this strategy failed, they'd return to discuss their options later.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Right.
Then let's do this.
The details decided, they left to begin searching. Out into the hallway they went, each to the rooms they'd been assigned. However, from far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so only once. It was 1 a.m.
It's 1. I better get back to the others.
Thanks for the hydrate, Grizzy. He jogged through the entrance of the large hospital room to find 6 of the others already there.
Huh?
Ace, Santa, Clover, June, Seven, and Lotus. So everybody except Snake. Thanks for the head pats. Hold on. There we go. They had gathered in front of the door number 8. Or perhaps, to be accurate, they had gathered in front of the red next to door number 8.
What are they doing over there?
Had one of them found the missing piece?
What happened, guys?
It was June who answered him.
Jumpy, look!
She was pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Immediately, he knew what she had meant.
Vacant?
Junpei sighed.
Come on, guys. Who was it? I thought we were supposed to yell if we found it.
Well,
Junpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut.
What the hell? What is up with you guys?
They all knew something he didn't, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things that way. Finally, Lotus frowned and spoke.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
You don't know?
When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first one back, but the missing parts were already back in the red.
What? Let me see.
Junpei looked at the bottom of the red again, just to make sure. The slot that had been open on the bottom was now covered with metal.
You're right. It's in there. What about the other 2?
They're the same.
Let me take a look.
Junpei quickly examined the other 2 boxes.
It's just as you said.
Satisfied that they were also repaired, but still very confused, he returned to the others.
Alright, I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right?
Correct.
None.
Ace and June nodded silently. Well, not really silently, because they spoke. But okay. Okay, narrator. Seven raised his hands as if to say, not me, and Santa just shrugged. Only Clover lowered her head and did nothing.
Huh. Wait a minute.
That was when he noticed.
Where's Snake?
Snake? Junpei swept his eyes across the room a second time, but Snake was nowhere to be seen.
Does that mean that he found them?
I've no idea. There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either.
I don't suppose we'll know until we can ask him in person.
Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
Maybe he's lost.
Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place.
Clover raised her head.
No! That's impossible!
Suddenly, she was shouting.
Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he couldn't get lost. That's impossible!
Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles of her hands had gone white. She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes.
I'm gonna go look for him!
The words were barely out of her mouth when she began to run.
Hey, hold on, Clover! Wait!
Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. She kept going, and before anyone else could react, she was gone.
Well, that didn't work. Damn it. What should we do now?
Well, the red is working now.
No! We're not leaving two people behind! We should go look for them!
Oh man, this ain't good.
Oh, yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots.
Then remain here if you feel you must, but there's no time. We've only 5 hours left.
Junpei and the others nodded to one another and took off at a run. In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up.
Let's split up.
All right, I'll take this direction.
Then I shall look that way.
I'll be over here.
See you all later.
Soon only two of them were left. Those two were Junpei and June, who had been a few steps behind the others.
All right, we should go too.
Yes, let's go! But where should we start?
Let's see.
Casino!
How about the casino on B deck?
Okay, let's go, Jumpy.
They took off up the stairs at a run. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
She glanced up at him, unimpressed.
Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm just not seeing it.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder.
I don't think that's the problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear it?
See, also, it's grayed out, so I think, yeah, we've already seen it.
What is it?
But, I mean, let's see.
Well, I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up?
Team up?
Yeah. What? You need me to explain it to you? I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door?
Even if we wanted to, that's impossible.
Why?
Jumpy's bracelet number is 5, mine is 6, and yours is 8. Our digital root would be 1.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. The only doors there are 3, 7, and 8.
Then we add another person.
Huh?
Who?
What, isn't that easy? 7.
Oh, if we add 7, 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 equals 26. The digital root of 26, 2 plus 6 equals 8.
Then the 4 of them could go through the number 8 door. But...
Wait a minute. What about the other 4? Ace, Snake, Santa, and Clover.
Well, why don't you add them up?
that was simple enough.
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. And 1 plus 0 equals 1. The digital root for those 4 would be 1.
That's right.
And you know the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right?
Of course I know that.
No! Are you saying you'd leave them behind?
Of course not. What kind of woman do you think I am? Once we get off the ship, we could come back and rescue them, couldn't we? Then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind.
Don't try to lie to us. I don't think you do anything of the sort.
Really? Why do you think that?
You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left. Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours.
Well, you never know until you try.
No, you're not thinking this through. Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. The 4 of us couldn't open door 9. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Yeah, that's right. The digital route for the 4 of us would be 8, so we'd have to add Ace to make 9.
That's right. Unless we bring Ace too, we'll be stuck.
Lotus scratched the back of her ear.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate? That's all you have to say?
She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei had said. Nor did she seem particularly surprised.
Well, let's try and find another way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us.
That's impossible. Are you being serious? And you do know that only 5 people, at most, can go through one of the numbered doors, right? The number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind.
Huh?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine.
Oh, wait just a second. You're skipping over a really big detail.
Yes, what she said was true, but how Lotus could remain cavalier about so terrifying a prospect was beyond him.
Is that really okay? That means 3 people will die in the end. Are you okay with that? That's just...
Lotus's forehead furrowed.
You think I could have a moment alone? There's some things I need to think about.
Junpei Jun turned and began walking away.
That didn't turn out to be a very pleasant conversation.
Yeah.
Junpei's heart felt heavy and his steps sluggish. But he told himself pessimism would get them nowhere.
Well, regardless,
So he forced himself to smile and turned to June.
let's just focus on finding Snake for now, okay?
Yes, you're right. We can think about those other things later.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
All right. Where should we go next?
First class cabin on B deck?
Let's go take a look at the first class cabin. It's really close.
They turned around and took off down the hallway to their left. Outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. She was standing in front of the wall. She was staring at a meaningless point on the wall, her eyes blank. What should Junpei do? Okay, we've seen this already. I guess do these conversations matter? I don't know. We've already seen it. Clover probably wasn't in much of a mood to talk. He leaned over and whispered quietly to
Maybe
June.
we should leave her alone.
Yes, I think you're right.
They turned and walked quietly down the stairs. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere but depressed.
We really need to find Snake, for Clover's sake.
He did his best to push away the misery and depression and forced a smile.
So, where do you think we should go next?
Okay, we've been to the casino. We don't need to go back to the casino. The hallway with all the rooms.
Hey, why don't we go back to C deck? We can take a look at that hallway with all the rooms.
Okay, let's get going then.
Together, they ran down the stairs.
Oh, it's Ace.
Ahead of them, farther down the hallway, they spotted Ace.
Hey, Snake! Where are you? Answer me if you're there!
What should Junpei do? Okay, I guess we've talked to Ace before in the previous
Why
round.
don't we just leave this area to Ace? We can go somewhere else.
I don't mind. But where?
Well, let's see.
Okay, I guess just back to the hospital room, because we've been
Why
to
don't
each
we
of
go
them.
back to the big hospital room?
We didn't contribute at all to the search.
Okay, let's go then.
So everywhere we went, there was already somebody there. They turned and headed back toward the large hospital room.
Hey, wait. That's...
On their way to the large hospital room, Junpei and June noticed Santa, standing next to the number 3 door.
Santa?
Junpei paused. What should Junpei do? Okay, now we've talked to him too. Junpei turned around and walked away from Santa.
I doubt we'd learn anything from him anyway.
Jumpy?
No, nothing. Let's go, June.
Junpei took June and left the large hospital room. Where next? Okay, now we can finish searching. They looked everywhere they could think of, but Snake was nowhere to be found.
Snake hasn't been anywhere we've searched.
Lotus looked around at 6 frustrated faces and spoke.
And we can't keep looking for him. Wherever he is, it's not here. We need to get moving.
Junpei couldn't disagree with what she was saying. Snake seemed to have completely disappeared. There was no point to wasting any more time. The others seemed to be having similar thoughts, but they stayed silent. Finally, Seven spoke.
We don't got a choice. Lotus is right. We're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem, though. We've got to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Yes, I have a proposal.
She walked back and forth across the floor, her heels clicking against the wood. Finally, she stopped.
Why don't we decide on one person to sacrifice?
Sacrifice?
Well, perhaps that's a bit of a harsh word, but yes. You've all figured it out by now, haven't you? We can't all make it through those doors.
Can I... Is there a thing, because we have seen most of this. I'm trying to remember... If I click on this, will this skip stuff that we've seen?
If we split into 2 teams of 4... If we split into 2 teams of 5...
Because we've seen this. This is the part where,
then 2 people will be left behind.
There's auto skip. Can I... Oh! Okay. So yeah, I mean, she was right. So wait. Okay, well, we're on new text right now. Okay. It wasn't pleasant, but she was right. There wasn't any way that the numbers worked out. If one group was 4, the other group would always have a digital route that didn't match a door. When Seven spoke, his voice was strained.
Then... you're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind.
Okay, now we've seen all this. Okay, blah, 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 and then Ace volunteers to stay behind. Yep. Very noble sacrifice. Thank you, Ace. Creak. Creaky creak. No, Ace, Right, and then he drugged himself. Yep. Okay. Okay. Are we at the... Hold on, we'll go ahead and save. So... Okay, in the previous run, I guess we chose door 7, because it's grayed out. I mean, I don't know, I guess let's try... How about door 8?
I think I'm gonna go with door 8.
Okay, 8 it is.
Yeah.
Wait, can I see history? Okay, yeah, I just scroll up. Because, like... Well, I already made the decision, but... yeah, blah, 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 blah. Who's next? Stop and Junpei. Which door do you want? Okay, 8. Okay.
Alright then. That means June's gotta go through 7.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it.
Plan A.
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
Plan B.
4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
Plan C.
Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8. There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei,
Oh, no.
tears welling up in the corners of her eyes.
You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side, through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again.
And Grezzy, yeah, they're like the childhood friends. But it's like very obvious that they both have feelings for each other.
We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
Yes. Promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa
All
didn't
right,
seem to care.
Ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Santa, 7, and June walked toward door 7, while Clover, Lotus, and Junpei headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Then Lotus laid her hand against her chest and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then shall we go?
Okay, so we're teamed up with Lotus and Clover this time.
It's open.
I'm trying to think. Okay, we did a puzzle room with Clover. We did the surgery room with Clover and 7 last time. We haven't done any rooms with Lotus yet, I think. Wait, or was she in? No, because we were with Ace and Santa and June in that other room, I think. A narrow hallway stretched out before them.
Okay.
Hurry!
Oh wait, no, we were with Lotus in the very first puzzle room. Yeah, in the first class cabins. I already forgot. That was so long ago. Excuse me. Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. Wait, what? He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked towards him. Their eyes met.
June.
Jumpy.
They nodded. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds. Thanks, narrator.
What the hell are you doing?
Then someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. Yeah, right, you're on a timer. He heard the sound of the numbered door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold, electronic beep.
91 seconds left. Hurry!
Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead.
Ugh.
Junpei and Clover followed her as fast as they could.
It stopped.
With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm, aloof, perhaps.
Pointless.
She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Junpei and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mix of frustration and curiosity.
What an unpleasant girl. I bet she's not very popular with the boys.
Wow. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl.
Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake. Too late now. I better catch up to them.
After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed.
Oh, it's a dead end.
The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end.
There's a door on the left, though.
For a few minutes, they stood in front of the door, examining it. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
A laboratory? Huh.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Me either. But there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
Junpei,
Huh?
please, you first.
Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect.
Ugh, fine.
Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see into the other side of the division.
You know, I think the window looks into another room.
Maybe it's for monitoring something.
Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
He wasn't sure what else to say. In the center of a room shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table.
Looks so creepy.
Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus. Lotus come up next to him.
It's kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery.
This is a laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on.
Ooh,
It's creepy either way. You don't think that thing's gonna suddenly sit up or something, do you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying.
She was gripping her arms, the knuckles on her hands white.
Wait, where's Clover?
She was still standing near the entrance of the room. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad.
What is she?
There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and, as kindly as he could, spoke.
Are you okay?
Clover looked away.
What are you talking about?
What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet.
What? I can't be quiet if I want to?
Well, I mean, of course you can. I just...
Okay then. If I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay?
Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip.
Junpei, you just don't get it!
Her cry took Junpei by surprise, and he stumbled backward a few steps, alarmed.
My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind! Something happened to him! Something bad.
Yeah.
Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned toward them.
What happened?
Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei.
Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone.
Finished, she turned around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk quickly away.
Hey, wait, Clover! Hold on! That way is...
I told you to leave me alone.
He might as well have been talking to a wall, for all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway, cut in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway.
Clover, watch out above you!
Oh my god. She was cut in half, and without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis, sealing Clover in.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could.
Hang on! I'll get it open.
Oh, for crying out. You'll never do it on your own.
Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but... A lot of grunting.
Damn it! It's not moving.
Wait! Are you gonna give up? Just like that?
No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it.
Junpei nodded.
Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Let's go. Alright. Laboratory. Let's start clicking on things. Junpei, do something, please. Alright. If you say so. A silver handrail. A window made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it. Alright. Okay, we can look out. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pen lying over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Huh, well, if they only used the pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? Erase ink from a permanent marker? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. Our table's been covered over in black with a permanent marker. Find something that could get rid of it. I could hand it over to Clover through the bars. It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside. Okay. I wonder what they washed here. There are these weird colored stains all over the sink. I think this thing is a monitor for whatever experiment they were running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance value and voltage. The power's off, so there's nothing on it right now. Okay, how about the mannequin? Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter. And is this the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them? Nope, nothing. There's no power here, guys. I turned the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens. Alright, there's a drain. I guess this drain is for water, huh? Or blood. Alright. Well, that's all she can see. Hey, Clover. There's a door over here, too. Wait. I'll be right there. I can hear her over there. Is this door gonna... Damn it. I can't open it. Clover. What about your side? It won't work. I can't even move the knob. What about this control panel? Electronic door lock. There's a red light on the display, that means it's locked. Yeah, go figure. If we can get that light to turn green, then maybe we can get Clover back. Okay. This looks like the control for some kind of electronic lock. Red light is on. It's gotta be locked. Green light. That one isn't lit. Okay. How are we gonna unlock it? There's no keyhole, no card reader, no keyboard. I have no idea. Looks like the door is the exit. The door on the right just goes to the laboratory. Nope, this door isn't going anywhere. No dice. It won't open. Yep. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, here's a clock. The hands on the clock have stopped moving. Clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. We need to figure out a way out of here. What's this? Is anything? Wonder what this cable is connected to. Okay, one side of this thing is in the room with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where Clover is. In other words, the console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory. Alright. This is a keyhole. This looks like a keyhole for the activation key. Alright, got a keyboard. Really old type of keyboard. I think this thing's supposed to power that machine in the other room. Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. Probably with the key. It's like these levers. There are two levers here. Do you think they activate something? Well, why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. Nope. Doesn't look like anything's happened. Alright. What about over here? There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we could use any of these. Got like a VCR. We could watch some of my VHS tapes. I got the original VHS of Star Wars before they added all the special effects and stuff. I can say for sure. Whoops. Wait, what are you saying? Oh, I can't go back. Oh well, we'll never know. Which one? The one on top, I think it's a power cable. The power cable, huh? I'll take that. Yeah, 3-pronged power cable. Definitely power cable. Do you remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? Oh, also, Grezzy, a keyhole. Even more keyholes. They never end. Got a slightly more modern looking computer. This monitor doesn't have a power cable. Oh. So one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor, and the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Let's go. The first puzzle of the room is just plugging in a monitor. Well, shoot, I can't use this. Oh. What's wrong? The cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. It's not gonna fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're gonna need a plug. To change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. Man, we are just doing like tech support. Like, hold on, we gotta get an adapter for this cable. Got the wrong plug. Keyboard. Mouse. Power cable, low 2-prong plug. It can't be connected. Okay. Yeah, man, look at all these other wires under their desk. It's like my desk. Just cables everywhere. The cardboard boxes. There's some papers and stuff in them. What's in the boxes? They look like quite full. As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments, but it's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. That's unfortunate. Alright, what about these? Okay. Ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Anhydrous? Is that different from regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. It can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. Oh. You don't say. How about these red ones? Whole bunch of steel lockers. The 9 on the right all have little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, can't hurt to give these babies a try. Yep, just as I thought. Lock tight, all 9 of them. I wonder if there's anything important in there. About these. These lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. Let's see if there's anything useful in here. And no, nothing. Great. Guess that's all there is. Okay. Let's give her the thing. Clover, use this ethanol. Drink it. You'll get really drunk. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I gonna wipe with? Well, your clothes, I guess. Kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that, you're scaring me. I mean, wait, what, do we really have to get her, like, a rag or something? Okay. You want this cable? Anyway, could you wipe off that permanent ink? Look, Clover. Right now, at this moment, you're the only person we can depend on. I'm trusting you with this. Hee hee, you trust me. I feel kinda special. Okay. Well, wait, so did she do it or not? Clover, can you use the cloth on the table? Oh, okay. Use, huh? Soak it in ethanol, and then use it to wash off all the stuff from the permanent marker, okay? Right, okay, so I gotta soak the cloth with ethanol. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. Okay, yeah, can you do that? Uh-huh. Junpei! It's working! It's wiping the permanent ink off! Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. What's the deal with that drawing Clover found? Maybe I should ask her to take another look. Yeah, just do that. I wonder what this is. There are a bunch of numbers and some kind of grid. Is this Sudoku? Is it tic-tac-toe? I can't see it from here. Clover, you've got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and then hand them to me through the bars? Okay. Roger. Okay, well I guess she's gonna do... Also, wait. Is there a cable on here? There's some cables. But with copper wire exposed, so I guess they're not useful. How are the power cables over there? Huh? What do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go look. Guess she does have to kind of crouch down to get a look under there. The cable on the monitor has, it's got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but... Well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Damn. That's no good then. Well, how about just the plug? What? The plug? Well, maybe more like a connector? It's a sort of thing that makes the plug with the 3 metal things into a plug with 2 metal things. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Not useless at all. That's just what we were looking for. Okay. Can you hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. Alright, unplugged. I'll hand it to you, over at the bars, okay? Alright, let's go. Everything's going... What's the word I'm looking for? Everything's turning up Millhouse. Here, everything's turning up Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk down here. Paper with numbers on it acquired. Yay! Okay, and then the plug. Here you go. 2-prong plug. Thanks. Combine with cable. Hell yeah. Let's go! Now I can plug in my computer and play some games. Hold on, first let's look at the file. Where did it go? Clover's note? Okay, the note Clover copied from the stand in the laboratory. It has 4 numbers written in 9 separate cells. 3, 2, 4, and 1. Right, I've got the 2-prong cable. Pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. Let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's going to happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. Oh my god. You never know until you try. Pretty optimistic. Junpei pushed the button on the front of the monitor.
Oh, that worked.
With a soft hum, it turned on. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen.
What?
He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this.
Huh? It's running on its own?
It certainly looks like it.
Isn't that kinda weird?
What?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working?
Maybe it's a wireless display.
Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus.
A wireless display?
Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly, hence the name.
Forgot, this game came out in like 2006 or whatever. Not everybody had a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever.
Have you been living in a cave, Junpei?
He most certainly had not, but...
Is that normal?
Yes, at least where I worked.
Oh.
Oh, it stopped.
Pass with a colon.
Looks like we need to enter a password.
Again? There must be a hint around here somewhere.
Could you go take a look?
Try password.
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do?
I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep, on my own.
She's gonna hack. She's a hacker.
Lotus?
Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left then right.
All right. Let's kick some ass.
Time to hack. Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed, the click-clack of the keys running together like machine gun fire.
Wait, what?
Junpei was, for once, at a loss for words.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Of course I didn't! You're typing so fast, I can't even see your fingers. What kind of job do you have? What are you?
I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit.
Why?
Lotus blinked.
Huh? Oh, it was just something.
She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell.
I see.
This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen.
Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm going to try and brute force it.
Brute what?
A brute force attack is... Well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version?
Without looking up or slowing down, she began to
A
explain.
brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly, but given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do.
Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little awed.
No, but back to what we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking about?
The wireless display? It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, all right?
Uh-huh.
So you enter 1 + 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange?
No, not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 + 1?
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Oh.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head.
So, what are you trying to say?
Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe, what if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
Oh man, this is some classic Zero Escape. Classic Zero Escape conversation.
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See? Doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body.
What are you even...
We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications, we can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like it from someone like her.
The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. That's just crazy talk.
Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre, cultish religion.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued.
If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Huh.
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blind sight, too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute. What?
Look, could you just focus on hacking the computer? He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blind sight was easy enough to guess, but he never heard the word prosopagnosia before.
What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia?
Oh, yeah, everybody knows about that. Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head.
No. What is it?
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours.
Oh, wait, that's what that is? Wait, I thought that's what aphasia was. No, wait, that's another thing. Whatever.
So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No, I don't think so. Well, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same, even though they've obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually. But you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. Well, that's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed.
Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head.
And, what were we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it.
Wow.
And what about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
But,
Not funny.
Lotus's smile had something rather masochistic to it.
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But Looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Thank God, those keyboard noises were starting to get to me.
Why?
I don't have to kill time any longer.
As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the Enter key.
Oh, then you finished that brute whatever thing?
I certainly did. And let's see what we got.
Disappointed she didn't say, "I'm in." Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word "accepted."
Piece of cake.
Welcome to Twitter.com. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to literally pat yourself on the back. That's just a phrase. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with 9 squares arranged in a 3x3 square.
The screen changed again. What the hell is that?
No idea. Looks like a puzzle.
Suddenly, Lotus stood up.
Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
No, I can't do any more. It won't let me do any more programming. See? The keyboard. Nothing. So, there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, alright? I did my part.
Well...
He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. And make sure you know when you should thank people.
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. Let's go. Hold on. Let me look at my files. So when I press one of the panels, it colors the next one to it. So yeah, it's lights out. It's a lights out puzzle. There's some text here. Panel screen unlock. No more than 4 attempts. Will automatically reset after failure. In other words, I have to get all the panels green in less than 4 tries. Okay. Let me look at my files. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, easy enough. Guessing you don't actually need that, though, to solve it. You could just figure it out on your own, but fuck that. There you go. Alright. I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where did it come from? Where indeed? Oh, these. Look, Junpei. The lights on the lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. Okay. There's more than one key in here. This one is small and looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in a door on the A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now as for the other key... Activation key, let's go! It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
He put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover.
What's up?
Are you gonna talk about some other crazy pseudoscience stuff?
I wanted to ask you something.
Hmm?
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
Huh?
Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him.
Well, let me think.
He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. However...
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, we were just kind of solving puzzles. Yeah, we didn't really have any, like, big pseudoscience conversations in the casino, did we? Yeah, because we had a big conversation in the first class cabins when we did that route. Right? Because then wasn't it about there was like the weird picture, right? The black and white picture. And it was like, you know, if you could see like what it was or whatever, something like that. But nothing like that really happened in the casino. There were no big conversations.
I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hmm?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, I mean, was he born?
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
It can turn into a gun.
It's fake. It's not a real arm.
Huh.
The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Oh.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded.
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. Alright, let's go. Which also, yeah, so I guess you would only get that conversation just now if you had done the casino path and then done this one. This key, the shape sure makes it seem like it goes to this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Okay, the monitor is on. And it's full of letters. It's showing some kind of warning? Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Keyboard? Typing on this keyboard isn't doing squat. Great. Well, let's go. Alright, do an experiment, Clover. There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the hell were they doing in here? Huh? Why's she all quiet now? They were doing experiments on humans. Probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. Huh? Okay. There's a mannequin lying on the exam table. Can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under this table. Junpei, this thing in here is on now. Yeah, that's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn, turn, turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. Okay. I mean, maybe if you increase the voltage? Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage. Hey! Wait, Clover! Oh, shit. What? I think, oh god. What have we done? Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! The mannequin's head! Oh man, this sounds like a fire alarm! Oh, what the hell? Fire detected. Fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. Okay. All the doors open? Hell yeah, let's go! Junpei, look at the light! Yes, it's green! The emergency system is activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. It would be funny if this, like, wasn't even, like, the intended solution to the puzzle, and just, like, just started a fucking fire. Just on accident. Junpei! Come on, kid, jump! She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Of course I'm not alright. What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Why is that 2, like, the number 2, and not the word 2? Whatever. Let's get the hell out of here. That fire is not going to stay in that room forever. I mean, I think it probably will, actually, like, there's just the... There's not a lot of wood in there. It's probably fine. You found it. Junpei, Clover, and Lotus leapt out of the laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them. How much further should I go? I think maybe we'll play until we get to another good stopping point. We can keep going a bit longer. Since it has been a while since I played this, it would be good to try to make a decent amount of progress.
Whew, thank God we got out of there.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, yeah.
All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest, and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clear air, and with each one he could feel his body begin to calm down.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
They nodded to each other, and started off down the hallway. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked.
Damn, none of these open. They're all locked.
How about that one?
The final door sat in a corner of the hallway.
Let's hope this is the door with the prize.
Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind him. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he recognized it. There was no doubt the voice belonged to...
Jumpy!
Huh?
He spun around. There, at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running toward him. 3 of them.
June? Santa! 7!
They stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys, could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found.
Hey, on the wall.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor, then?
Door 7, and... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
In fact...
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the nonary game works.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. This leads to...
As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh!
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
As one, they all moved back toward the door. Junpei had only a moment ago been ready to open.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
They nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. No one can ever just casually open a door in this game. It's always got to be a big dramatic thing. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
They were just where the map had said they would be.
We're back.
Yep.
In the hospital room.
Which, I mean, that's good, because it means Ace is still here, and we can still find Snake. It's perfect.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory.
Hold on. Have we reached... Yeah, okay. Yep, we've been here. This is the same stuff.
The key?
Oh, the key.
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here.
7 tossed something small and metallic toward Junpei.
Nice catch.
Jeez.
He caught it and found that the object was a key.
I see. So this is Jupiter.
On it, someone had engraved a symbol very similar to a 4. He looked over at June, who nodded back. It had to be the Jupiter symbol.
I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright?
Yeah, on it.
Well, I've got something for you too then.
Yeah, we got...
It's the Saturn key card. We found it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Yeah, on it.
You're the protagonist. Have all the keys, Jumpy. She pressed it into his hand. He felt less than honored.
So how many unused keys do we have now?
There's the Earth key we found in the laboratory, the Jupiter key you just gave me, and the Saturn key card from Lotus. I'll keep them safe.
Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. So many keys. June spoke up.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs...
Wait!
They were the first words anyone had heard out of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested they weren't going to be very happy words.
What about door 3?
Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. Just lead us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
Okay, hold on. Or is this more... Okay, we've seen this. Okay, so this is... They decide to go into door 3 just to see what's there. Okay, and then we're going to the Jupiter door. With June and Lotus. And Santa. What, of course there's a reason? Wait, a reason to what? We already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here. Sure.
Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
Wow.
Huh? This.
Junpei pulled 2 things out of his pockets.
The Saturn key card. And the Earth key? I'm lost.
We're gonna use them? I'm a little... Why is this so confusing? He cocked his head to one side like an inquisitive bird and looked at them. After several long moments during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the cards meant, June took pity on him.
Don't you remember, Santa? On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember?
Okay, again, we've seen this. And there's the Earth door. Decided. Okay, trying the elevator. It opened. Oh, is this is where we have... This is where we had the conversation about getting wet. But yeah. Because we were like, oh, she's afraid of being alone with a boy in the elevator. But no. She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators on the A or B decks near the central staircase. All of which meant that the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks, which would be flooded.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D deck is completely underwater.
Okay, and again, so we've seen this. But then, the elevator's dry, so it must be fine. Yep, okay. Say that E-deck must be in like an air bubble. Go down here.
Probably die.
What a line to just come back to. What's going to happen if the ceiling breaks? We'd probably die.
Oh no. Don't be so casual about something like that.
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Now then.
Should we glance around the room? But okay, yeah, I mean, I think we've seen this. Just that one line was new. Okay, we found the door 6. There's a map. Yeah, 7. Okay, yeah, and this is, they found Snake's body. Snake is dead. Yeah, because they found him behind the 3 door. He exploded. Yeah, it smells horrible. There's a body. He wrote LR? Is that what he wrote? I think he was probably murdered. Like, somebody probably pushed him through so that he would explode. Okay, so then we're saying, was Zero still on the ship with them? And I guess last time I said, of course. So just to be different, I guess we'll say we're not sure. He wasn't sure.
Something's still strange.
Hmm? What was that?
Well, I'm just wondering about one thing.
And what's that?
How can you be so sure that Zero's on this ship?
Ace's eyebrows shot up.
Really, Junpei? I confess I'm a little disappointed. Usually you're rather sharp. Isn't it obvious?
Wait, it is?
This ship.
Huh?
Zero said, this ship, several times when he addressed us.
I mean, okay.
If he weren't here, he wouldn't say this ship, would he?
No, not necessarily. I feel like this might be a translation. Something that doesn't translate well. Because no, you would totally say like, hey, look at this ship. Even if you weren't on it. Like, right? Like, whatever.
He'd be saying something like, that ship. Or the ship.
No, I don't. No.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Nah. Nah, I don't. You could totally still be saying this ship. His explanation made perfect sense. Junpei felt a little foolish that he hadn't seen it himself. Also, it could be a recording. Like, come on. Still, I really would not call that conclusive evidence. He was left with a question, and it was one of no small
If
importance.
Zero's on the ship, where is he?
Suddenly everyone went quiet. Okay, I feel like we're back at stuff we've seen. Zero's one of us. Oh no. Was he one of them? I guess last time I said that's crazy. This time I guess we'll say it's possible.
Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
What are you saying, Jumpy? Didn't you hear what Ace said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
No reason. I've got a great reason.
And what's that?
The bracelets.
He held out his left arm.
Why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
You got a point.
I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the nonary game. All of the puzzles here run all by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why's that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
Junpei let the question hang in the air and looked at the others. It was Santa who answered.
So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
7, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright then. I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
Yes, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us. 7 and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well. At least they do if Zero is one of us.
No one spoke. Their faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed him or not. Finally, Lotus spoke.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes, isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Okay, feel like we've gone past the new dialogue. No? Okay.
Oh, well, that's because...
Junpei choked. He hadn't thought of that, and he had to be honest with himself. He had no idea.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed.
Well, so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, you only had circumstantial evidence.
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know?
Ah.
Junpei was painfully aware of their eyes on him, and their disapproval. He tried to find something else, anything else to look at. Then in that horrible silence... Dong... They heard a bell begin to ring. Man, it's already 3? They only have 3 hours left.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now. 7, Clover, Junpei, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
You're right, but...
Junpei couldn't bring himself to respond. He swallowed the words he wanted to say inside. 7 and Clover remained similarly silent. Their eyes were looking at something, somewhere else, very far away.
We must go. We have very little time left.
In fact, we have so little time we should just skip all this dialogue we've seen. Okay, we use this key on these. Go on the elevator. Here it is.
They were doors 4 and 5.
Real quick. Okay, so we're about to get to a choice with 3 options. So interesting. Okay, wait, so there's these icons that say, like, locked and unlocked. Like, what is that, I forget, like, how that works exactly. Because, I mean, okay, these are keys. I guess those mean those are, like, key moments where, like, you've gotten information that you need to, like this has a lock. And these have keys... These have keys with X's over them, though, so does that mean that, like, we can't get them? Or we didn't get them? I don't know. I'm a little unclear on that. At some point we are going to have to go back and do a 3rd option here. Wait, what was the 3rd option? Oh, be to do door number 3, I think, yeah. So that one apparently goes on a pretty different path. Because, yeah, we did 7 was over here last time, and this time we did 8. So they pretty much go back to the same place. The 3 goes off on its own. We're still skipping? Yep. Right, okay, we did this thing where we all wrote numbers on pieces of paper. Everybody's like, I don't want to go with you. They're all fighting. Alright. Okay, but everybody was like, these choices don't make sense or whatever. Okay, so last time we chose door 6. Santa and June. Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through. June requested door 6. So wait, okay. Single requested door 1. This is a door on A deck near the central staircase. Door 2 was a door on the bottom deck and could be reached by taking the elevator. And Santa and June requested door 6. An E deck. So we chose door 6 last time. So wait, okay, 1 and 2. So do we want to go with Ace and Clover or 7 and Lotus? We've already hung out with 7 and Lotus before. How about we do an Ace and Clover? We haven't done any rooms with Ace. So yeah, let's do Ace and Clover.
My choice is door 1.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here.
Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he never knew it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready.
For doors 1, 2, and 6.
The one with door 6 on it into the pot.
He put a small mark on it so that he would know which one was his.
I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
He fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself.
Okay. Yep.
Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
June and I want door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
And Grezzy, you're saying, why did he do that? I mean, I guess just so that he would be able to pick whichever one he felt like picking. It's to give the player a choice, I guess. And because then I guess he could figure out, okay, like, which numbers would add up to whatever. Maybe, I don't know.
Aw.
Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6.
So yeah, all 4 of them together equals 6.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right,
Wow.
June?
Well, I
June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not.
Pig. You just wait and see.
I like how she slid across the screen. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine. Why do they hate each other so much?
Calling me old. This is why men are such a pain in the ass. They're about as subtle as a brick.
Man, she has a lot to say.
And they're at it again.
Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself.
I'll see you later, June.
Jumpy.
Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time, it didn't sting quite so much. So yeah, okay, this run... So on my first run, I pretty much tried to stay with June the whole time, and we got knifed. On this run, we have pretty much stayed completely separated from June. I don't think we've done a single escape room with her. Right? Because, yeah, just casino, and then that one we just did.
Don't make that face. It'll be like what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. And that's how the nonary game works.
7's words. Somebody just, like, set off a firework outside randomly. Okay. 7's words took a weight off of Junpei's shoulders and felt much better.
It'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you later.
Lingering uneasy remained. What? Lingering uneasy remained. But they went their separate directions without much trouble. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward A deck.
Here's A deck. It was the door on the left, right?
That should be it, yes.
Then here we go.
It opened and they walked through.
It's just as Santa and Lotus said.
At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it.
A numbered door.
To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red.
There's the red. I'll go first.
Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel.
Now the two of you, if you would.
Junpei was next. Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever.
Now.
He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, anytime.
Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well then. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Let's jam. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And it's open! Move it!
They stumbled into the room.
Where is it?
Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it, as if they were fighting for it.
It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast.
Ooh, I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I agree.
Now then.
Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly.
There's another door. Let's try opening it.
He took hold of the knob and easily, gently pulled it open.
So, this is the wheelhouse?
He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, then spoke.
Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door.
Very well.
Clover, you're in charge of this room. Say something!
Okay, I will.
All right then, let's get started.
Junpei, taking charge. Alright. Well, next time we will seek a way out. Doing our first room with Ace and... Well, we've done a room with Clover before. Obviously, we just did, actually. And we did last time as well. But we'll get to see that next time. So, thanks everybody for joining. Let me see. We'll go ahead... I'll see if there's somebody, well, here, we could go say hi to, Edelweiss. He's playing Balatro, which I remember I mentioned earlier. So yeah, let's go ahead and raid her. I think I spelled it right. Excellent. Yes, looks like she's still going. She's not like right about to end her stream. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I think that's all that I had to say. Bye.